As promised, here is a video to show you how to add your stories to our class publication on Medium. I wanted to start from our course in Brightspace just to show you how to go from Brightspace to Medium again, in case that is also helpful. So remember here in Brightspace, everything as far as course content, you'll find by clicking Coursework and then clicking Content. And I've set our course up so that everything in Brightspace points us to Medium. So the bulk of the class, everything I've written in terms of content, things you'll need to study, things you'll need to do, is on Medium. When you come to Brightspace, it'll have you go there. Brightspace opens up to wherever it was that you left off. So last time I was here, I was looking at Unit 2. As you scroll down, you'll notice each of these has an image and it has the title of that particular unit. And then to actually see what you're doing in that unit, you click Unit Overview and Objectives. In Brightspace, I've given you a really bare bones overview of what we're doing during that particular unit. You'll notice Unit 2 covers 2 weeks of time. And so it tells you what to do by the first Sunday, what to do by the second Sunday. There's more detail about that via the unit narrative. So every one of these for each unit has a link here. You'll click that, it'll open the unit narrative in Medium so that you can read through the more detailed version of what it is that you need to do. Because we don't have a textbook, everything you'll need to reference, videos, other readings, etc., are linked from the unit narrative with a couple notable exceptions, but there on Medium, it will tell you, oh, you need to go back to Brightspace to find this particular file. And that is the case in Unit 3. So we'll see that when we get there. To just go to the main page of our Medium publication, you click here. Again, this is in each of the unit overview and objectives in Brightspace for each unit. Here you'll see the page load. So sometimes I call this our course page on Medium. In Medium speak, this is the course publication, or this is the Medium publication. It's just the term that they use for this thing that I've set up for us. If you've already shared your Medium username with me, and I've added you to our publication as a writer, you'll see that here. And if you click on that, it'll just tell you you are a writer in Intro to Historical Study. And so you'll know that that's happened correctly, or that it's worked for you. Also, you'll see that there are several folks who have been able to publish their COVID histories here on Medium. If they submitted, or if you submitted to the publication, they appear here. And so that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do, just because it's easier for us to see each other's work. And I really encourage you to read other people's posts, to comment on them, think about them, and so on, so that we can have a little bit more interaction and conversation, even though we have an asynchronous online class. And that's something Medium really facilitates well, I think. So that, again, this question is, how do you submit your work to the publication? First, you need to make sure that you're signed in. If you're not, it'll ask you to sign in here. Depending on how you created your account, you'll either sign in with Google or with an email address, whatever it might be. However you do that, it will refer you back to that email account that you used to create your Medium account. It'll give you a link, and then you'll go check your email. That's why I have it opened over here in a different tab. And you'll click that link to log in to Medium. I've done this from a Medium account that is not the one that I use typically to manage everything, so that I can show you what this looks like, hopefully from your perspective. So hopefully that's what's actually happened here. All right, so to write a story on Medium, you can click this little icon. If you've added an image, it'll be the image that you've used as your avatar. You notice I'm using this Modern Latin America Yahoo account here as this way of showing you what's happening. It's not the one that I typically use. I'm going to get my head out of the way. Move it over here. Sorry about that. In this drop-down menu, it gives you a few different options. You can click publications to see this publication that you're a writer on, also others that you've chosen to follow if you've done so. You didn't have to do that for class. Um, to write a story, you click there, you get a blank page where you put in the title and then write your story. To see stories you've already written, click Stories. I'm going to do that because I've already started a couple, just to show you. Again, if you've already published a story and it wasn't to the course publication, you can go here to Published and see what you've written. I did this quick my COVID story, so I'm going to open it up. There's nothing to it. I was just doing an example of here's the title, here's where you write your story. You'll notice these 3 dots here. If you click on those, it'll give you the option to edit your story. So that's always something you can go back to. If you have a story in progress, Medium saves automatically, so you can leave and come back to things. But also, if you want to add this to the publication, again, if you went the route where instead of, sorry, I'm gonna make this smaller here, maybe. Whoops, I clicked on the tag. So you notice I told you you can either submit to the publication or tag your story Intro to Historical Study. So then if you search for this tag, Intro to Historical Study, you'll be able to see people's stories. So you'll notice Danielle both tagged hers and submitted it to the publication. It was on the front page of the publication. And then some others, Jack and Max and Jenna, posted theirs with the tag Intro to Historical Study. So even though they're not there on the front page of the publication, you can find them this way and you can read each other's work. I'm going to click back just to go back to my story. So again, this is one that I used the tag for, but I didn't submit to the publication. And so if I want to do that, click the 3 dots, and then I do add to publication. It'll give me the option to have it in no publication. That's where it is now. So it's just under my name, under my account, a story out here on Medium. Or I can click Intro to Historical Study, and then I will click Submit. Notice it says this will be automatically submitted to the publication, and that the editors, that's me, I'm the editor for our publication, will be notified. I don't edit your stories, I just give you permission to have them added to the publication. So there's this extra step that it has to go through. So please recognize that this is not something that happens automatically. It gives me a notification depending on what I'm doing, what day it is, what time it is. It might take me 24 hours to get back over here, see that I've gotten a submission, and publish it to the site. And that's okay. You don't need to worry about that. You just have to wait on me a little bit. So I'm going to click Submit, and it will say we'll email you when the editor has reviewed your submission. So once on my other account I've okayed this and added it to the publication, I will receive an email and I'll know that it has been added. So I just click OK. To show you a different way, I'm going to go over to Stories again, and I'm going to go to one that I have in progress. So this is a draft. I called it Test Story, so I was being very creative with the stories that I was writing to show things off here. This is one I used for another video tutorial. And so if I write my story here, I'm going to add a sentence. Remember, add a sentence. Remember that with this little plus sign, when you hit enter, if you click that, it gives you the option to add images. This is one you upload from the computer. This is one you can search from Unsplash. You can add videos. It'll ask you for the URL from YouTube or whatever it is. You can embed links. You can create a page break. So there are a lot of options with Medium, although they are somewhat limited. It's not wide open the way some other web editors are. So again, just to remind you, those are an option. I'm going to click Submit here. So sometimes you'll see Submit. Sometimes it says Publish. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand why it gives you one or the other. But if you only have Publish and you publish it to yourself, you go through the steps I just showed you to add it to the publication. If it gives you this Submit button, you just click Submit. It wants you to do a paid thing. So I'm going to continue to publish. And then this, so you'll notice here, I've added the Intro to Historical Study tag. It's always good, whether you publish it to the course publication or not. And then this says submit to publication rather than just publish. So again, those are the differences. If it just says publish, you'll know it just published it to your account. And if you've added the tag, that's okay. We'll all still be able to find it. I should mention that no matter what, if you've shared your username with me, I will find your work and I will give you credit for it. Even if it's not submitted to the publication, or even if it is lacking this tag, I will be able to find it. The problem is others in the class won't. So that's the difference. And here you click submit to publication, and then you get the same, the editor will review your story and you'll get a notification via email. So you just click OK. You see the status there, and then you can go, if you want, back to your own profile. You can go to the publication by clicking there and then clicking Intro to Historical Study, and you come back to our page. Hopefully that helps and makes sense. Please let me know if you have questions. One thing I also wanted to show you, I'm going to click on Barking Player here, my COVID history. If you're reading someone else's story and you'd like to add a comment, you can just highlight it. It's the same as everything else in our class publication. So you can do this to the syllabus, you can do this to the schedule or the unit narratives, and some of you have already started to do that. To highlight things for yourself, you click the little highlighter. You can share things on Twitter, or, and that's less important for our purposes, or you can add a comment. So you use the little speech bubble here. That will highlight whatever it was that you highlighted. It will allow you to write your comment, and then you click respond to have it actually published to the page. I'm going to cancel it so that it's not here. But you'll also be able to see what other people have written and how they've responded to these posts as well. So Medium allows for this kind of annotation. It allows us to talk to each other in the margins. So please, take advantage of that and do that as you work through the course. All right. So again, I hope that's helpful. As usual, my videos get too long, but please do ask me questions whenever you have them. And I hope you're having a good day.